Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Savain bringing you back another video. And today I'm going to give you guys my impressions on the OnePlus 5T. This model of the OnePlus 5T is the 8 gig version model. And I believe this has 128 gigs of storage. So let me show you guys real quick. This is the box, the OnePlus 5T. And let me just hide a few of my information. And this is the 128 gigs of storage. Okay, so this is my first impression of the actual phone. One thing I can definitely say about this phone is I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm actually coming from the Nexus 6P device. And so far I had this phone for about 5 days, going on 5 days. Tomorrow's going to make 5 days, but practically 5 days. And I just want to give you guys my first impressions and also want to give you my analysis of this phone in general. One thing I can say about this phone is absolutely amazing. One thing I like about the phone is the fact that the price is right. I actually bought this phone directly from OnePlus 5T website. And I paid $569. That's including shipping. That's including everything. And I also did add a case to this phone. I put a case on the phone, and I kept the screen protector on there. So obviously it does have a little fingerprint stuff going on right now. But yeah, this is my first impressions of this phone. One thing I like about it is the fact that it's very fast. This phone has 8 gigs of RAM. It has 128 gigs of storage. So literally, no matter what I throw at it, it's pretty much going to handle it with a breeze. Compared to where I'm coming from, my Nexus 6P, a lot of times I open up maybe 4 or 5 apps, and then next thing you know, it closes right away. But with this phone, if I open up 5 or 6 apps, especially gaming apps, once I go back to the gaming application, it's going to open right back up. One of the big things that the reason why I actually picked up this phone is because of the battery life. If you guys look at my previous video, I made a video about my Nexus 6P. One of my biggest complaints was the battery life, but with this phone, there's no battery life issues whatsoever. This phone can literally last forever. For example, I went to work today at 12 o'clock at 100%. And right now, true story, I'm not going to look at the... as far as the, time of the, as far as when it comes to the battery. But right now I'm actually at 65%. That's with moderate use. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but yeah, this phone is amazing. This phone, it has a 6-inch display. It's almost damn near bezel-less, and I actually love this phone completely. So yeah, this is pretty much my first impressions of the phone. I'm not going to get into full detail, but do I recommend this phone to anybody? Absolutely. I think OnePlus 5 is actually on the rise right now. The fingerprint scanner is very fast. The facial unlock is very fast. Also, when it comes to the processor, it's very fast. And if you ask me, this is pretty much flagship. I mean, everybody's saying this is like a mid-range phone, but in my opinion, this is pretty much a flagship device. I absolutely love it. This phone does turn a lot of heads. A lot of people ask, man, what kind of phone is that? Is that a Google phone? I'm like, no, it's not a Google phone. It's actually a company called OnePlus. One thing I like about it, how quickly it charges. The dash charge is very fast. The camera on this phone is pretty good. I think it has a 20 megapixel camera and a 16 megapixel camera. Not too sure about the front-facing camera. I think it's like a 13 megapixel camera up front. Not too sure, but I got to look up the specs. But overall, for day-to-day use, this phone is highly recommended. You can actually get through a whole day, with good use when it comes to this phone, as far as the battery life, as far as all the tasks that you needed to handle. And if you're looking for a very affordable phone that you don't have to pay $800-900 to get a good phone, this is probably going to be the best bet of phone to get. They do have an 8 gig version model with 64 gigs of storage. I could have got that phone, but I say, you know what, man, I might as well go all out. So I decided to get the 8 gig version. So this pretty much is my impression of the phone. I'm not going to get too much into the phone, but one thing I can say, I love it. I'm actually rocking the Nova launcher. I actually took the actual OnePlus launcher out that it came with because I didn't like the cards. Like if you swipe left, you're gonna see all your cards and all the information that you don't really need it as far as with the phone. One thing I do like about this phone also, it doesn't come with any bloatware. The only thing that it came with is it came with like the OnePlus 5 community app, which is cool. You get to see a lot of people inputs about the phone. They talk about the OnePlus 6 that's possibly going to come out in March. And yeah, the quality of this phone is amazing. The screen is amazing. I like the fact that it's very customizable. It comes with the Oxygen OS. I actually got the newest version. I actually downloaded it. And it's right now, it's actually running, it's 7.1.1, which is Android Nougat, but I know it's going to be getting an update very soon. And if you do have a OnePlus 5T, make sure that you go ahead and try to update this phone as far as when it comes to the newest version. So, but as far as this phone is concerned, this phone pretty much does everything. It's very snappy. As far as the apps, it opens it up very quickly. And like I said, man, this is pretty much a first impression of the phone. And like I said, I definitely recommend it to everybody else. So I know this phone is pretty much going to be a phone that I'm going to be possibly having for the next year to come. And until maybe, if the OnePlus 6 comes out and it has specs that I must have, then I most likely will upgrade. But for now, this is pretty much going to be the phone that I'm going to pretty much keep. If you ask me, I think this phone is pretty much future-proof due to the fact that I did get the 8 gig version RAM-wise, and I did get 128 gigs of storage. The phone that I had before, which was the Nexus 6P, I only had 32 gigs of storage. So as far as me filling up the storage on this phone, it's probably not going to happen no time soon. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys my first impression. I'm probably going to make another video about this phone once I get a full experience with it, maybe 2 weeks with it or maybe a month. But for the first 5 days, one thing I can say about this phone, it's amazing. I love it. Everything about it is amazing as far as the price wise, as far as the processor, as far as the way it opens apps. And, this phone pretty much blows a lot of other phones out of the water right now, like a lot of the other flagship phones. For example, like the iPhone X, I saw different videos, as far as the way it, opens up apps and speed tests and all that good stuff. So